Today's topic is skills in mathematics. Let's move on to the skills in math classroom. Thinking skill, right? So thinking skill. Whenever we talk about maths, right, it is different from other subjects. How in other subjects, almost they learn the content and almost they reflect on the same content. Might be now it has been changed. Previously, it was the same thing will be asked and they are just going to write and come. Whereas in mathematics, it is not the same way. The concept might be same, but where they have to utilize the skill or they have to think and do it, proceed, right? So that is what is thinking skill, right? That is a very common skill what we are going to discuss. And creative skill. Creative skill. Any idea about creative skill? And creative, the word in Bloom's. Oh, very nice, ma'am. Very nice. Very true, ma'am. Very true. Correct, ma'am. So art integrated is creative skills. And whenever we talk about art integrated or creative skills, the topic which comes to our mind is
coloring, for addition.
Okay. And since Chara ma'am told there are not only coloring, but we have more other ways. That is fine, ma'am. That is very true. But the topic in mathematics, creative skill, I'm expecting a topic, a certain topic.
Shapes and patterns.
Excellent, ma'am. Excellent.
Patterns and shapes.
Yes, ma'am. Shapes and pattern is a very common topic. When we talk about creative skill, we usually take up with the shapes and pattern. We'll ask them even tessellations. We'll ask the child to create their own tessellation pattern using different shapes, not only the regular shapes. So that way, right? Okay. Is it so only with shapes and pattern the creative skills works or no? With art integration, can we ask them in any other way relating to numbers?
Using matchstick, fractions can be used in using matchstick.
Okay, matchstick. Okay, got it, ma'am. Got it. Fractions. What else? Something else? Okay, why can't we give the numbers and ask them to create their own word sum? That way, we are asking them to create, and it also improvises their vocabulary skill also, right? See, say suppose I'm going to give for class a second standard child. Okay, I'm just asking them to create their own math word sum. Okay, statement problem where I'm going to give them 10, 7, 3. These are the 3 numbers. They have to create their own word sum. Obviously, they will do it, right? Can I have some, anyone would like to try using these 3 numbers? It can be addition or subtraction, whatever it is. Yes. Okay, then I will just go for first one. Next sum, when I ask, I want some, answers from you also. Anything, anyway, you can just put it in your own way. See, say suppose I have 3 stamps. I have collected 3 stamps. My brother gave me 7 more stamps. The total number of stamps is 10, right? This is also a creative skill, right? Yes? Can I have a
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So this way, we can make the child to become friendly with the word sums also. Yesterday also we saw, right? Generally, it is a universal pattern for all the children when we have a problem solving for statement sums. So this way, when we ask them to create their own sums, giving a numbers, it allows the child to think, create their own sum. Okay, can I have another sum? I want someone else to try. Okay, yes, 4, then 24, 6. Multiplication or division? Yes,
they can create they can create a fact family or multiplication and division. 6 4s are 24. 24 is divided by 6 is equal to 4.
Yes, ma'am. Arranging the balls, 24 balls, divided into 4 equal groups will give 6. Anyway, as you said, it can be done for multiplication or even with division facts. Yes, ma'am. Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Next one is problem solving skill. Problem solving skill. This is very often we talk about problem solving skill, and under that we have some more techniques. Let us see one by one. Illustrative skill and spatial skill. Okay, so we'll see. Thinking and creative is almost done. Since it's very common skill, I'm not going to go deep into that. Now, next we start with problem solving skills. Okay, so under problem solving skills, tackling word problems. Okay, under this, the first one, first subtopic we are going to take is tackling word problems. How we are going to make the children to be ready to tackle the word problems. Then visualizing and drawing a picture for problem. So when it comes for word sums, there is a what to say, they feel it is abstract. They feel very hard to comprehend the problem and to proceed. That is what is the thing. So when we make it as visualizing or by pictorial representation, it becomes an easy way. Then looking for a pattern. Guess and check. Make a systematic list. Using logical reasoning to solve. Working backwards to solve a problem. Using a bar model to solve a problem. Using investigative method to solve a problem. Then solving puzzles. Okay. So these are the strategies we can take under problem solving skills. Now let us see. Tackling a word problems. Okay. Tackling word problems. Here I have an example. Can I have a volunteer to just read the question? And even if you can reflect on the answer also.
Ramesh, the electrician has 12 boxes of bulbs. Each box contains 10 bulbs. He uses 98 bulbs. How many bulbs are left with him?
Yes, ma'am. So how here, the same way, yesterday also we saw how to break the problems into statement wise, or they have to synthesize the word problem into parts, and they have to understand, comprehend, right? Here again, it is a two-step problem, right? So what we are supposed to do? So first we are supposed to ask the child to find there are how many bulbs in total, right? So here they have to first, the step one is they have to find the total number of bulbs by multiplying, correct? And then they are supposed to subtract and find out the final answer. So that is what. So here we are teaching them under the problem solving skill, we are teaching them to how they can break up the given statement sum. And then that is what the first subtopic we are just discussing. So how to make the children to proceed with the word sums by breaking it into steps. Okay, that is what. And here the step one is to use multiplication operation and then to subtract and find the required answer. So we have to tell them that it is not just by seeing the numbers, either they will go for addition or subtraction. They have to even think where to use which operation, what kind of operation should be used. Okay. Now visualizing and drawing a picture for the problem. So here we have an word sum. Again a word sum. Priya cut an apple into 8 equal pieces. She ate 2 pieces for the breakfast and packed the rest of the pieces for break. Okay. What fraction of the apple did she pack for the break? So what it is here? They're talking about
Fraction.
Yes, ma'am, fractions. So here, when we talk about fractions, we are just giving a problem like this to a child. No, what does the child will do?
6 by 8.
6 by 8. Yes, ma'am. The average child or the slow learners, what they will do is they'll just
They draw a picture in their notebook for solving, then come to the conclusion.
Very
with
nice.
the right
ma'am.
answer.
Correct. So when we help them with the picture, okay, they understand it better. Even what I thought is also the same. So when we show them, rather than explaining it, just saying like the apple was cut into 8 pieces, when we may draw it in a, show them in a picture, and we are explaining them the problem using a picture. So this helps the child to understand better. And the child might not be very, what to say, they don't know to subtract like 8 by 8 minus 2 by 8 equal to 6 by 8. That way they might not do, but using the picture itself, they will come out with the answer. Yes or no? Can you all understand my point of view what I'm trying to say? It is
Yes,
not
ma'am.
that the child
Yes.
has to write 8 by 8. There was 8 pieces minus 2 by 8, which is equal to 8 minus 2 by 8, which is and 6 by 8. Those things the achievers or the average child will do, but the slow learners with the pictures, they can just go with the straight away answers, right? So the picture helps them to understand it better. Okay. Yes. And looking for a pattern. Here, what it is looking for a pattern? See, when we talk about patterns, let it be shapes or numbers, or we just ask them to see first. If it is going to be numbers, we'll ask them just see whether it is increasing or decreasing, whether we can add or it has been multiplied. That way we'll just ask them to look for the pattern. So when we ask them for a pattern like this, we can show the pattern using the pictures. Again, here triangular numbers, when we just say that 1 3 6 and so on, the child tend to forget. But when we ask them to do it using bindis or some even color papers, they can cut and fix it. So that way it becomes an activity, and even they learn, right? We can relate even this with an experiential learning, what we saw yesterday, right? So this is what is looking for a pattern. Same way for square numbers. Yes, rather than just saying a number multiplied by a number gives a square number, rather than saying like this, we can even ask them to work it out like this. So it will be a very good learning for them. They won't forget. Okay, the retention part, rather than just like that learning, it's they said that around 5% they will remember, it seems. When they learn using pictorial way or learning by doing it, it stays for around 90% of it. That is what they say usually. So that is why we are going to help the child by different ways. So here the numbers can be arranged in square shape. When we talk about square numbers, when we talk about multiplication, have you come across the word array? Yes, array. When we arrange it, arranging it in an rows and columns. Yes, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So here it is 4 cross 4, right? We even in the windows we can see this checked one, right? So that way we can ask them to visualize even and count the number of squares. When we ask them to find the number of squares, they will just go and count one by one. Usually in 3rd standard, when we take up multiplication, they used to just count one by one. So here these kind of activities, multiplying by row into column. So that way we have to extend the concept and make them to do better in the calculation part. So that helps the child, right? These kind of small tricks. Now this is what guess and check. Can I get the answer for this?
Ma'am, we have to check with 2 and 3 so that it will be divisible by 6, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So what is the answer?
For A, it will not go with 2. For divisible by 3, we have to sum all the numbers. 5 plus 6 plus 9 plus 7.
Yes, ma'am.
27. So it's a multiple of 3. So it is divisible by 3. But it won't satisfy one condition. So it is not divisible by 6, ma'am.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. First option A is not divisible by 6. Right, ma'am. So what is the correct
C is the
C,
correct
ma'am. C is the correct answer.
C is the correct answer. Correct, ma'am. And not one.
answer.
Correct. C is the correct answer. See, when we yes, ma'am. Correct, ma'am. Answer is correct. Option and C is the correct answer. See,
But
when we talk about
children
these.
are doing-
Yes, ma'am.
when children are doing, they have to check all the options, then only they have to find out the right option. So
Yes, ma'am.
one by one, they have to check and they have to find the answer.
One by one. But as ma'am said, by seeing the ones place, we can just
Yes, ma'am. If
take
it's
out
a
option
even
A
number-
and option
Yes,
B,
ma'am.
right? So that is what
Yes.
is yes and check, right? So we can immediately by seeing the options, we can neglect option A and option B. We have to just work it out with B and C. And same way, say suppose we are going to have a number, say 6932. Okay, it is a 5-digit number, 6932 and dash. In the ones place, what digit you will use such that it is divisible by 2, 5, and 10. Can I come back again? I am saying the question. 2
So we-
7s. Yes,
Zero
ma'am?
only we have. Zero.
Ones place zero.
Zero.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is it so zero?
Because anything is divisible by 10 means that last number should be 0.
And it
So,
should satisfy
zero.
even the divisible
Five.
by 5 and 2.
2, 5 and
So,
10.
yes, when we talk about even numbers, the numbers that end with 2,
Zero.
4, 6, 8, or 0. We are saying, right? So that way we can give these kind of questions to the children where they will think and they will come out and they will know these questions will help them in long run, like mental maths or Olympiad exams, right? Competitive exams, it will be very useful. Fine. Here, making an systematic list. Okay. So what is making an systematic list? We'll just go with the example. Over here, the government has decided to plant trees in and around the city on behalf of World Environment Day. They plan to plant trees along the side of the highway. On the left side of the road, mango trees are placed on every second meter of it. On the right side of the road, neem trees are placed on every third meter of it. Find the lengths in which both trees are planted on both sides of the road. Right? So this sum is related with
LCM.
Measurement.
okay. It is actually related with common multiples, correct? LCM. It is not measurement. Okay. What they are asking actually over here, can I have a volunteer to just explain the example? We are going to plant the trees on both the sides of the road, right? Yes. On the left.
In number line, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
In number line, you have to choose this method. Number
Even
line.
in, yes, ma'am. We
Even
can
in number line.
number line. We can even go with number line. No, skip
Number
down.
grid we can go, ma'am. We can go with number grid.
Number grid also we can go. Yes, ma'am. So it is just the basic concept is multiples, right? The basic concept is multiples. That is common multiples. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So here,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am. So here, first we are going to see the multiples of 2, then multiples of 3, and common multiples of 2 and 3. We are going to pick it up. That is where we can see the plants on both the sides at the same place, right? That is what is the question. So when we relate, as we discussed earlier, factors and multiples are the chapters where the child will get mostly confused. And they when they tend to see a real life example like this, they can understand it even better, where they apply the concept in real life situation. Okay. Same way when we talk about factors, we can ask them, where we Can anyone just give me an example where we apply factors in real life? And real life example where we can apply factors concept? Yes.
While we buy or purchase anything,
Yes, ma'am. While purchasing.
while we shop,
Okay, while we shop. Okay.
Packing items in shops, ma'am.
Very nice, ma'am. Packing items, arranging the
arranging books in library,
superb, ma'am. Superb. Correct. No, arranging the books. Okay. Placing the plants. No, while we say, suppose we are going to place the plants on in the garden. No, where all we can place it. These many steps. How many different ways I can place. So all these are all the places where we can use factors concept, right? A very simple activity for factors concept is with beads or rajma seeds. So let them take 6 beads. Okay, how many different ways you will arrange, how many different ways you can put it in rows and columns. So these are the ways where we can find it. 1 into 6, there is only one column with 6 beads, that's 6 rows. So 2 into 3, 2 cross 3, like that. So these are the ways where we can relate the real life situations with the concept. Okay, so this is what over here we saw. Now moving on to the next one, using logical reasoning. Logical reasoning, nowadays most of the parents we have they want their child to think logical, especially for competitive exams, right? From the lower classes, they wanted to train their children for logical reasoning or aptitude-based questions. So that is why they concentrate more on competitive exams like Olympiad, etc. Right? Now, here when we talk about logical reasoning, okay, what is logical reasoning? They have to find out what type of question is, where what kind of how to solve, what operation to be solved. Here I just took a very simple question: share 15 sweets equally into 3 groups, right? And it is nothing but again sharing equally or making equal groups. Then what else? Repeated subtraction. Yes, ma'am, which is nothing but division. Okay, these are the different ways, different answers we can expect from the children, right? So using number line also, again, we can explain the same concept. Then 7th one, working backwards to solve a problem. Working backwards to solve a problem. Yes, sometimes some word problems we have to we tend to solve from the backward. So here I have an example over here. See, Rohan won a box of chocolates at the fair. He gave away 7 chocolates to each of his 8 friends. He then gave 12 chocolates to his brother. He found that he still had 32 chocolates left. How many chocolates were in the box? So here, what we are supposed to do? So when we solve backwards, Rohan was left with how many chocolates at the end, at the last?
32.
Okay, then 32 plus, how many chocolates did he give to his brother? 12. 32 plus 12. Then what was the previous step, what they have given? He gave away 7 chocolates.
7 chocolates.
Yes, ma'am. Each of his 8 friends. So again, there what it is, they have to multiply. Okay, 8. See here, it has been given over here in words. Okay, but the child tend to leave. They know there is the opportunity of doing mistake over here is 32 plus 12 plus 7 they will do straight away. But again here, what they have to do, they have to multiply and then add. So the total number of chocolates is
100.
100.
100, ma'am.
Right? Yes.
100.
So this is what an example for working backwards to solve a problem. Working backwards to solve a problem. So where we can just give these type of sums to children, so that they will even know how to solve from backwards. Okay. Using bar model. So over here, a small library has 4 times as many storybooks as puzzle books. If it has 32 puzzle books, how many storybooks does it have? And also they have to find how many books in all. So can I have some answers for this question? Can I have answer? Then I'll let I explain what is called.
Take puzzle books as X. Story books is 4X.
Okay. Yes.
128 storybooks.
128 storybooks. Yes, ma'am. So totally
160 stories. 160 total.
160 books, ma'am.
160
Yes.
books.
160
so
books.
this sum, when we just like that, they have said that there are 32 puzzle books and the story books are 4 times that. So 4 times again it is multiplication. So whenever you come across 4 times this way, you have to multiply. See, for the time being, the children will understand and they will do along with you. But the same question has been asked in the examination. Will the 70% of the students will attend this? Again, only it comes under HOTS, right? They have to think a little bit more and then do. So for these type of sums, when we use a bar model, okay, what is bar model? We are just going to explain them that, say, suppose here we have a bar. This is nothing but 32. Okay, this green bar shows that the number of puzzle book, and they have told that 4 times the storybooks are 4 times the number of puzzle books. So 4 bars you put again. Okay, so this is going to be 32, and here it is again 32, 32, 32, 32, right? Multiplication is nothing but repeated addition, right? That way also they will know, correct? So now the number of puzzle books is 32. The number of storybooks is, we have 4 bars. So 4 into 32. And then they can conclude the sum, right? So this way, it helps the child to understand more clearly what the question has been asked. Using investigating method. Okay, using investigating method. So Hari returned his library book on September 4th. If he had borrowed it on August 17th, how many days had he kept the book? So what is it over here? Here we are going to investigate. So what is investigation? You can see when we use different words like this, the child thinks, okay, something new we are going to do. So these ways, the interest towards the subject, interest in the class will be created for the child. So now when we say investigating method, what we are going to do here, we are going to find the number of days that he had the book. And for this, what do they have to recall? What all they have to recall over here?
Number of days.
Yes.
First they are there in August. Then calculate 31 days means 17. How many days they have? He she has kept in August plus the number of days in September.
Very true, ma'am. Very true. So they must know they should recall the concept, where the number of days, as Revati ma'am said, we are supposed to think, whether it has 30 days or 31 days. Then they have to find out the number of days in August alone. Then the number of days in September. Then the child has to add. So this is what we are doing here. We are just investigating. That is, we are just proceeding the way where splitting up the word sum, right? So here Hari borrowed the book on 17th. So the number of days in August is 31 minus 16. Since we are including 17, we are supposed to subtract by 16. So 15 days. And he returned the book on September 4th, right? So how many days? Here the child will again do the mistake of taking 4, right? But he has returned the book on 4th. So we have to
Fourth,
consider only
3.
3 days, right? And same way here, they do a mistake, common mistake of 30, 31, no, making it wrongly. And here they will include the 17, directly 17 they will do. So all these kind of silly mistakes they will do. But now we have to correct them. By practice, they will know, they will slowly change, they will slowly learn. So this is what is investigating method. Okay. And solving puzzles. Now I'm not going to tell the answer. I want the answer from you all. No, when we talk about puzzles, we ourselves know we can find the that interest, how we tend to solve, right? Whenever we get the new paper. Ma'am?
I6.
Yes, ma'am. I6.
The glass is 20.
Yes, ma'am. Super.
And the
9.
true color is 9.
Okay. So what is the final answer?
35.
35.
35. Can I have any other answers? Do anyone have any other answers, please?
35, ma'am.
35.
35, ma'am.
25, ma'am.
25. Okay, then we'll just move to the answer. The answer is 20. Why is it so?
Because that blue picture is upside down, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. The blue picture is upside down. And the eyelashes? Can we just see closely the eyelash?
Only
See,
two
Only
eyelashes.
two eyelashes.
Yes, ma'am. Only 2.
Eyelashes.
2.
Yes, ma'am. And the glass is also half glass.
Half
Half
filled,
full.
yes.
It is 10, right? So these puzzles will create the interest toward the subject and the child. No, we can just have it as an icebreaker also. We can have such kind of icebreakers during the class. Not many, 1 or 2. Just like that, when we give them, they will know. They will just wait for the math class. Right. So the answer is 20. So we have done with the problem solving skills. Okay, we are done with the problem solving skills. Now we are moving on to illustrative skills. Okay, now we are moving on to illustrative skills. So illustrative, okay, illustration, again by giving examples, visualizing, pictorial representation, all those things again comes under illustrative skills. The first one under the illustrative skills is KWL chart. So what is KWL? Have you come across KWL? Known to unknown, right? So I think so most of you have heard known to unknown. Say whenever we talk about topics, say when we talk about multiplication, we start with the known topic. The known topic is addition, right? Then only we move to the multiplication. So when we repeatedly add the same number, it becomes the easiest way. It's nothing but multiplication that way. So first, same way here, where the known to unknown is whatever we know already, we will just recall. Okay. Then what I wanted to know. Okay. Here, when I talk about multiplication, already I know addition. What I'm going to learn is nothing but multiplication. Okay. Then after that, what I have learned. Okay. That is what is KWL. This is what we talk about. What I have learned about multiplication, how the relation between addition and multiplication, the terms in multiplication, the properties of multiplication. So that way we build up the concept. Okay. So here I just took a very simple example over here. It is nothing but flat shapes. See, from the flat shapes, Okay, flat shapes is already they are learning in class 2. Okay. Then we move on to the next topic. From the flat shapes, we move on to
Solid shapes.
Solid
shapes.
shapes.
Right, solid shapes. We call the 4 basic shapes, right? Square, rectangle, triangle, circle. With that, we build up. Say, suppose when I take a A4 sheet, the A4 sheet is of rectangle shape. Say, suppose when I'm going to arrange the A4 sheets one above the other as a pile, it becomes a
Cuboid.
cuboid, right? And we tell them that here when we talk about corners, here we are going to have the same as vertices. Here the side becomes the edges, right? So that way. So when we make the child to connect what they already know with the upcoming concept, they learn better, right? And it is also helping them to understand or take up the concept easily. Okay. And same way, when we talk about circle, when we talk about the coin, it is just a circle shape. When we arrange the coins, there can be a question like this. When we are a pile of coin is of dash shape. Again, the child has to think and write. A pile of coin is of
Cylinder shape.
cylinder shape, right? So it is what we are relating, known to unknown, concrete to abstract. Okay. The next one, sorting diagram. So here again, sorting diagram, when we classify, when we segregate, when we differentiate. So all these are the sorting diagram. So here what it is, 2D shapes. It is also called as flat shapes. Why? It can be drawn on the flat surface. Whereas here, when we talk about 3D shapes, it has some space inside. It is a 3D shape. It is a 3-dimensional. It has length, breadth, and height. That way we differentiate, right? So when we ask them to sort out these kind of shapes, they can differentiate the concept, right? Sequence diagram. So what is sequence diagram over here? Sequence diagrams are nothing but we can show them in order. See, when we talk about angle, acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, we can just put it in proper order so that they learn it sequentially. So that is what is sequence diagram. And these kind of angles can be done with the paper folding also. Okay, you all have usually when there is a power cut in the class, what they do? Immediately they will do one thing.
They used to tear the
Paper
paper.
fan.
Yes, ma'am. They are very fond of making that paper fan. Just even within 5 to 10 minutes, you can see that there are a lot of pieces of paper down, and they used to make a paper fan, right? With the paper fan, you can explain the angles concept, very clearly, I would say. So when we just make the paper fan, when we ask them to move, we can easily do it, and it can be stuck even in the lab notebook as an activity. So they will understand it better. The sequential order. Okay, when it is less than 90, it is acute. When it is exactly 90, it is right. Then when it is more than 90, it is obtuse. Then straight angle, it is 180. Then reflex angle. For 5th standard child, we can just go for an extended learning like reflex angle and full rotation, all those things. For 5th standard child, we can just give them an extended learning. Okay, even though it is not there for under their syllabus. Okay, fine. Venn diagram already we saw yesterday, right? Venn diagram, visualizing, under visualizing we saw yesterday. So it is nothing but just putting it up in the diagram basis where they can visually understand the concept, arranging the numbers. Why LCM is 12? How come when we take up the multiples of 3, 4, and 6, that way we can explain. Even for HCF, we saw yesterday, we saw it for HCF, right? So I'll just move on to the next one. Flow chart. Yes. Yesterday even I told you about the flow chart, right? I hope you all remember. So here I am just, I would like to share the flow chart for rounding of numbers. See, rounding of numbers comes in the first chapter. And whenever we teach that rounding of numbers, again, half of the class, when we ask you, ask to round it off for 1,000, they will do it for 100. And when we ask them, for tens, round it to 10 or ones, they will again do it the other way, right? And they tend to get a lot of confusion while checking whether to round it above or below, right? So these kind of flow chart will help them to understand the concept better. See, find the rounding digit. That is what is the first step, right? Find the rounding digit. What is the rounding digit?
Estimation.
Yes, ma'am. Estimation is okay. More or less. Yes, ma'am. Exactly. So here, actually, say suppose I'm going to, I'm having a question where I have rounded to the nearest 100. So hundreds place, the digit we are supposed to round. That is what is the rounding digit over here. Hundreds place the digit, whatever the digit we have. Okay. The next one is identify the digit to the right of the rounding digit. What is the right of the rounding digit? Say suppose I'm taking the same example, hundreds place I'm doing. So which place will be the right of the rounding digit?
Tens place, ma'am.
Tens place, ma'am. Now you're going to check. Okay. Now you're going to check. There are two cases. What it is? If the digit is
Less than 5 or it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, ma'am. Very good. So it is, if it is going to be less than 5, what are the, if it is going to be less than 5 means what are the digits? It can be 0, 1, 2 or 4. 3 or 4, right? Now here, if it is going to be more than 5 or equal to 5, that is if the digit is
5, 6, 7, 8 or 9.
9, right? So first case, will let us take that it is less than 5. So what they are supposed to do? Next
They are
step.
not going to round anything. They are going to keep the rounding digit as it is. There will be no change.
The rounding digit, we are not going to change the rounding digit. We are going to keep the rounding digit as it is. And then what we are going to do?
And make the next 2 digits as 0.
Yes, ma'am. And all the other digits in the front of the rounding digits remains the same. So that way the case 1. If suppose if it is going to be greater than 5 or equal to 5. What we are going to do?
We have to add 1 to the rounding.
Yes, ma'am. We are going to add 1 to the rounding digit and then
0 and next 2 places will be 0.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. So this way, the concept can be put to the children in a so that it will be very clear or easy for understanding, or they can visualize the steps what we are doing actually, right? So this helps the children to learn in a better way. This is what is flow chart. Now moving on to spatial skills. So what are spatial skills?
Teachers are knowing how to use this space.
Yes, ma'am. How? Can you please tell once again? Where we apply special skills? Where we apply special skills, at primary level? Which concept?
Ordering numbers, ma'am.
Okay, ordering numbers. Okay. Fine. Okay, ordering numbers, ascending order. Okay, ma'am. Very good. Yes, ma'am. Ordering
Big
numbers.
and small for the smaller students. Big, small, long, short.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And for class 1, we will be using. Fine. Something else? Spatial skills?
Namaste, ma'am. Spatial skills will be like to whether child will decide whether a particular object will fit in a particular space or not. So for which these skills are necessary for them. So if they take a big ball and there is a small box or something, so they need to check whether that big ball will get inside the small box. So in that, spatial knowledge is very essential for a kid. So wherein we will tell them like what is the difference between small and big, thick and thin, long and short, and which is more and which is less and all that, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, ma'am, exactly. Thank you, Kamakshi, ma'am. It was very good explanation. And
Tessellations can be come under spatial skills, ma'am?
yes, ma'am, tessellations. I was expecting the same, no, shapes, right? Where we will be, yes, ma'am. Even that we can say origami, correct, ma'am. Then
Geoboard.
geoboard, superb, ma'am. Geoboard, origami, correct. Tangrams. Tangrams will also come under spatial skill, right?
Yes, ma'am. Tangrams.
Yes, ma'am.
Dominoes.
Yes, ma'am. So now, when we talk about shapes, see, there might be question like, no, which shape looks, no, like a rectangle from, from the front view.
Cuboid.
Cuboid. Like same way we'll ask, the top and bottom view of solid shapes look like a circle. That way, the solid shape is
Cone.
Cylinder, ma'am.
Cylinder.
cylinder.
One more time, ma'am. Cylinder. Cylinder.
Cylinder. So this is what, ma'am, actually how we are relating the spatial skills with the concept. So already we are doing, but just we know if we are very conscious that what type of skill, and if we are very aware, we can make it in a little more better way, right? So these are the ways where we can relate spatial skills, into the concept. So under spatial skills, we have visual discrimination, right? Under spatial skills, we have visual discrimination, visual memory, visual closure, visual memory. Okay. Oh, sorry, it has been repeated. The same topic has been repeated. Yes, visual discrimination. As we discussed, as Kamakshi ma'am said, at lower classes, the child, gets the confusion between or to differentiate between certain numbers. Have you all noticed that, they have a little quite to put, instead of put 3, right, they will put the number the ulta way also. When we talk about letters, they have a confusion for B and D, right? Class 1 child, often they get confused between these letters. When we talk about numbers, again, they will write the 2 the ulta way or the 3 the other way. That way, they get lot of confusion. So here, when we talk about visual discrimination, how we differentiate the numbers, how we distinguish the difference between any two numbers, or when we talk about the flat shape and the solid shape. When you just ask them, what is the shape of first ball? What they the most of the students will answer it the other way. What was it? The common error made by the students? Circle.
Circle first.
They usually say it as circle. Then if you say no, it is a 2D shape, 2D object. Here it is a 3D object. That is a flat shape. Here it's a solid shape. You can touch and feel all those things after you explain. Later comes the answer, sphere, right? And same way they can't differentiate between triangle and cone, right? Most often they very often they get confused between these type of shapes or even in numbers. So this is what is visual discrimination. Okay. Visual closure. So this is what under symmetry we have this visual closure. When we do the symmetric topic for class 4 or class 5, we can ask the children to draw the other part, right? This is how we tell them, right? We can ask them to complete the given shape or the given figure with the other part. So here, this is what the comes under visual closure. See, whenever I have these kind of thing, can you just guess the number for this? For this, what will be? 4, right? Over here, this one?
2.
2. This?
7.
7. So when we give these kind of activities or just questions to them, their thinking skill, they can recall and find out. So this is for lower level, whereas for class 4 or 5, these kind of questions can be given, and these kind of questions are even asked in aptitude Olympiad questions also. They will just give the picture and they will ask a part of it is inside in the below options where you can find this particular image. So this way it improvises, it helps the child to improve their visual skill. Okay, so this is what visual closure, visual memory. So again we have here, this is nothing but Roman numerals, right? Roman numerals. So here, when we just like that give them the Roman numerals to remember, they often forget to write what is D, what is L, and mostly up in class 4 itself we have Roman numerals up to 100. I hope the same you all are following, right? So almost most of the schools will have up to 100 in class 4. And how to make them easily remember these kind of values. And it can be asked in objectives. Write the value of M. In Hindu Arabic number, they used to ask. What does the C represent in Roman numeral? They used to ask. So when they ask these kind of things, we can give them simple tricks. Like here you can see the way to remember. My dear cat loves extra vitamins intensely. So the letters over here is the other way, the order of how we can remember easily the values. M is nothing but 1000. D is 500. Sorry. C is 100. L is 50. So X 10, 5, 1. So that way, right? Do anybody else can share any of the tips or the way where you help make the children to memorize something? These kind of things.
Family words for division.
Ma'am?
Family words for the division, ma'am.
Oh, family words. Yes, ma'am. Can you please just explain what it is?
Family words are daddy, mother, sister, brother. So division, multiplication, division, multiplication. S for subtractions, then B for bring down.
Oh, nice, ma'am. Very nice. For long division.
Yeah,
for long division,
they have to choose the division. If 4 divided by 2, then we have to choose 2. Multiplication, we need to check the multiplication table. So 2 2 4 like that, and then subtract one. Then after the subtraction, bring down the next number. Like again, we have to do the 4 steps again. D M S.
Oh, very nice, ma'am. Very nice. Thanks for sharing, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nice, ma'am. Anybody else would like to share?
Yes, ma'am. For this same Roman numerals,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
last 1, 5, and 10 children will remember easily. But in the LC values alone, it will have confusion.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
when I'm introducing, let me say that LCD monitor to remember. LCD TV, LCD monitor is a used up word.
Interesting. Okay, very nice, ma'am.
Monitor. But I throw some to children also. So ma'am did this. If you can able to prepare with the first letters, you can bring some sentences. The very next day, one boy brought that, ma'am, cash deposit machine. Like that he said.
Oh, very nice.
So L alone, he cannot find a word. So I gave a choice of little or lucky. You can have little cash deposit or you can have lucky cash deposit machine. So on the whole class, children selected little. So we made it as little cash deposit machine to remember this, ma'am.
Oh, very nice, ma'am. Very nice.
They wrote the same in the notebook for remembrance.
Oh, nice, ma'am. Excellent. Superb. Thank you for sharing, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
We are using for metric measurements also, ma'am, for grade 5. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. King, K for kilo, Henry for hecto, and die for deca.
Yes, ma'am.
By for the units. For length, we use it as a meter. For weight, it is as gram. For
Yes, ma'am.
capacity, we use it for liter.
Okay. Very nice. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, Purnima ma'am, for sharing. So, see, no, like as I said, when we share many things, we come to know, new ideas. We get to know new ways or methods to teach the children these kind of concepts. Very nice. Thank you, teachers, for sharing. And it is a learning for me also. Okay. So next one, okay, this one I just skipped and went. Visual consistency, right? So what it is? So it is nothing but perceiving objects as unchanging even as illumination and retinal image change. So this is nothing but, see, the same door, when it is locked, when it is closed, no, how it looks. When it is opened, no, slightly opened, how it looks. So that way, the child should know, able to visualize the object, right? And these types of things, again, it holds good for shapes, right? When and nets again, they will learn in higher classes, a slightly bit higher classes, but still, when we give them a particular diagram, say count the number of circles, the count, what are the shapes you find in it, how many straight lines, how many slanting lines. That way, again, these kind of things they should able to identify, right? When the object is placed like this, okay, say suppose when you're going to have a cone, the bottom of the flat face of the cone is like what? So that way, the child should able to visualize and then find out without even actually having the particular object or the shape, right? That is what is visual consistency, right? So under here, spatial skills, we saw 4. This is alone I said, right? 4th one is visual consistency. So first one, visual discrimination, closure, memory, and the 4th one, just now we saw, right? And here, again, I have an interesting pattern over here. I want you all to just observe the pattern and let me know, find out and tell me what is the pattern over here.
All the green colors are prime numbers,
Prime
ma'am.
numbers. Okay, excellent, ma'am. Anything else?
The last row is the multiples of 6.
Okay, last row. Yes, ma'am. Correct. Then
downwards, the number 6 is added.
downwards. Yes, ma'am.
Third row is also multiple of 6, ma'am.
Third row is also
Multiples of 6.
okay. Third row.
Third column is multiple of 3.
Third column, I'm sorry.
It is a multiple of 3, right? Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay.
on the second row,
Yes, ma'am.
on second row is the addition of 7 plus 1 is 8, 7 plus 2 is 9, 7 plus 3 is 10, 7 plus 4 is 11, and 7 plus 6 is 12. The second row, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Fine. And ma'am, yes, you have found many patterns. Many of you have given the right answers. But I want a particular pattern about prime numbers. Just observe the prime numbers and then just tell me what pattern can you find. I have given the clue.
All
Yeah.
the light shade oranges are the composite numbers. It comes under the multiples of 2 or else 3.
All okay, ma'am. Fine, ma'am. That is fine.
Ma'am, and the difference of all the prime numbers is coming 6, ma'am.
Difference, all the prime numbers. Okay, yes, ma'am.
yeah.
You are very
So that
close
is-
to the answer actually, except 2 and 3. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The prime numbers are 1 more than the multiple of 6 or 1 less than the multiple of 6. That is the correct answer. Yes, ma'am. So can you all know or find out what I'm trying to say? Teachers, except 2 and 3, say you take 5. It is 1 less than 6. So 6 is a multiple of 6, right? Same way, if you take up 7, 6 plus 1 is 7, right? And the same way, when you take up, say, 23, the multiple of 6 is 24, which is 1 less than 24 is 23, right? So when we take up the prime numbers, we can find that except 2 and 3, okay? Obviously, 2 and 3 will not come under this. Except 2 and 3, all the prime numbers are either 1 less than or 1 more than the prime numbers.
Ma'am,
Okay.
can you please explain one more, ma'am? I couldn't get it.
No problem, ma'am. Ma'am, just leave out 2 and 3, ma'am. If you take 5, 6 minus 1 is 5. Correct? 6 ones are 6. 6 is the first multiple of 6. So when you compare 5, it is 1 less than 6. Say suppose when you take the next prime number 7, 6 plus 1 is 7. Right? 6 plus 1 is 7. Then if you take up 11, the second multiple of 6 is 12, right? So 12 minus 1 is 11. So when you take up the prime numbers, let it be any prime number over here, okay? If you take up, say, 47, 6 8s are 48, minus 1 is 47. So the prime numbers are nothing, are related, closely related to the multiples of 6. Either it is 1 less than the multiple of 6 or 1 more than the multiple of 6.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get it, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So here I have few more questions. One second, let I come out. Before we go into this. Yes, since we are under visual, I just wanted to ask you, how you explain, or how you make the child to understand visually when it comes for profit and loss, especially when you have to find CP or SP when loss is given. Okay, we usually proceed, or we usually explain the children using formulas, correct? Apart from using formulas, how can you explain profit and loss concept? Finding CP or SP when no profit or loss is given. Any idea?
Using bars, ma'am. Bar, rectangular
Excellent.
bar.
Yes, ma'am. Very true, very true. See, that is what I was also about to say. Since we are dealing with visualizing the topic, so I thought I'll just explain you using bar, right? So here, when we take bar, okay. So now, say suppose I'm going to have my SP as 100, okay. I'm going to have my SP as 100. So I'm just having it as 100. This is my SP, okay. And I have a loss of 20 rupees. So what is my CP? So how to proceed over here? Yes, Shanmuga Priya ma'am. Over here, my SP is 100 and my loss is 20 rupees. So what is my CP?
120.
Correct, ma'am. So here it is nothing but we are going to have another one where this is only my loss, right? I'm going to have another bar, say it is 20. Okay, so my CP is nothing but we are going to add, correct? So when we explain using bars like this, they will never forget. They need not memorize the formula. Say suppose again, let us have another example. Say I'm going to have my CP as 100, okay? And my profit is going to be 25. So SP is nothing but
125.
125. So you should say that let us have the bigger bar as 100. So this is my CP. Okay. This is my CP. Profit, I'm going to have it in hand, right? So this is an extra amount what I'm getting. So I'm putting one more bar that this is nothing but profit. Okay. So when I put these two together, I will get my SP. So this is how you can make the child to understand the logic, okay, the concept behind why we are supposed to add, why we are supposed to minus, when loss is given and when no CP is given, how to find. So all those things, we can explain them using bars. So this will help the child to, rather than just memorizing, the child will understand and do, and they will even, you can see that in the exam also they will use these bars and they will do it correctly. Okay. So this just helps the child to do. Okay, we'll move to the next one. So yes, so here when we talk about the final part, language is just a tool to learn any subject. Similarly, mathematics is a tool to learn different skills. Yes, as I said, why mathematics has much importance? It is a skill. Okay, it is a skill. It is a life skill for each child, right? That is why we give more importance to mathematics. And here, when we talk about language, we say English. Okay, again, they give more importance, more priority for English, because through the language only we learn all other subjects. It's just a medium, right? So same way here, this in mathematics, we have a lot of skills like problem solving, logical, reasoning, visualizing. There are many skills which we are supposed to have. So that is why now when we teach or when we take up any concept, we have to concentrate even on the skill part, right? So often math is said to be a phobia related subject, but by using these above skills in the classroom, we can make the children to learn and build the concepts with ease and interest. So obviously, when we put the concepts in like interesting way, or when we put it in a flow chart or a diagrammatic way, right? These all will help the child to build the interest towards the subject. And the ultimate goal of the teacher with the difference and make them to think out of the box. Yes, that is what is the ultimate aim. When we talk about HOTS, right? The highest one is nothing creative. Why is it so? No, not all the child will do, right? But we have to train them in such a way that they develop even that sort of skill. Okay, that is what is the ultimate aim of our teaching mathematics. Okay,